doing the live shows. It was fun, went on tour. Now I feel like my life is a bit of a void where I got used to the tour. I got used to having a purpose when I woke to decide what I was doing with my life, because the purpose of life was to show. I miss meeting you guys. I miss doing the show because it was good and fun. I miss all the crew and all the people that we worked on the show with, because it's nice to just be around you will about school and work and office and horrible places that you don't want to spend all of your time. It is good to just be around people. So pretty mental when you're alone all the time. But that was fun. Yeah, we had our final show at the London Palladium, which people say is like the home of showbiz in London, which is mental. I mean, it's currently where the musical Cats is being performed, which I think me and Phil mentioned on our last one, and we invited all of our YouTube pals. We had loads of people come. We had PJ and Sophie and Felix and Marzia and Dean Dobbs and Ben Cook and Louise and loads of people. We invited a ton of people and they all came. It was like the birthdays that I've literally never had. Except not so narcissistic, because like it was there for an event. It wasn't just like, let's celebrate my existence. Not that that's a bad thing. You should celebrate your existence. Every day you're special. So that happened. And then we had an after party, which was pretty fun. And you guys saw that me and Phil, we chose a venue, and then we were like, we have themed cocktails, because we saw that that's a thing. Like, as you guys know, I love a cocktail because it's just a fun world of adventure when it comes to taste. There's so many things that you can make them with, and they all taste delicious. And many of them are sugary. So Phil went for a mostly coconut-based drink that was basically like pineapple juice and coconut syrup and like coconut foam and like more foam and then some more syrup, and that was the fill. And I think people decided that if you had about more than 3, you'd probably die. The priority for mine was that it was black, so they ended up going with coffee-flavoured tequila, which was controversial, but I do like both of those things, with vanilla, so it looked like my soul. I mean, I demanded more than anything that the cocktail represented my aesthetic, and as just like a pool of blackness, it did achieve that. So that was fun. That was good. And then the great decision afterwards for us to go straight to America for a book signing tour, as someone sent me a message. How was New York, LA, Chicago? Well, let's go into that. Are you going to sell more jumpers on Dan and Phil shop, said Cheerful Lister. More sweaters. Look what I've got here on the floor next to me. Unintended spawn. Is this even the right one? No, it's a sample that doesn't even have them on it. Whoops. Because if you guys don't know, we do actually kind of like design and choose the, you know, it's a very hands-on process for me and Phil. We care a lot about the things, and that involves sampling 100 sweaters. Is that one over here, or is that another one? Wait, let me just... No, that's another sample. There we go. Well, there's an amazing... Wait. Is this... No, that's another sample. Okay, there we go. I have a lot of kind of fetus Dan and Phil sweaters. You have no idea what my bedroom floor looks like. It's horrendous. I've been on tour. Okay, guys, we did a book. We did all the things. We were busy. Okay, we went on tour. We've been in America. I haven't tidied my room in about 3 months, and you obviously can't see it because before every live show I kick things out of the way, but literally there is like clothes up to here, like just there, just out of shot. It's absolutely horrific. You don't... It's bad. It's like Sunday is probably gonna just be like a 9-hour bedroom tidy. You guys must know the thing, when your bedroom is just so bad that you know that an entire weekend is going to have to be dedicated to just like finding... I'm never showing you. I made a video called I'm a Mess, retroactive Dan is not on fire plug there, that has all my thoughts on the matter of tidying that I could ever have, to be honest. Sorry for adjusting my hair. I have not looked at myself today until I turned on the camera, which is what I do every Tuesday. So, hello. Firstly, as somebody asked, when will the 2016 calendar be back? We made a new full shop, as I was trying to say, as I scrambled across the things. We tweeted about it. You can go to danandphilshop.com to check out the new merch. Loads of stuff. We finally made a sweater of the amazing portraits of our hair that was in our book from an amazing artist whose name I can't remember. But I think, as we said in the video, he does lots of celebrity things, and he sketches every kind of like piece of hair from a photo of somebody with a pencil. It's quite beautiful, actually. So finally got that. We made a calendar about it. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. We needed a theme, and the theme we thought was Dan and Phil get to work. What it would look like in various alternative universes where Dan and Phil tried to have different jobs, and we thought it would be really funny, and it was definitely really funny. I don't think we intended it to be slightly sexual. I'm not it wasn't intended, but the whole thing looks like we're on the verge of stripping, and we only realised that once we'd kind of put it all together and gone, okay, wow, we've made something, and it's this. And it's kind of too late. Is it inspired by Free? It wasn't inspired by Free, but then we saw that there's loads of sketches of the Free characters basically doing the same thing as the calendars, and we were like, this is, I mean, we weren't even trying. And this is literally us. We're like fan art versions of Free. Wow, so there we go. Other than the hose, I think got to the hose were like, there's no way this isn't going to look absolutely horrific. But yeah, there's a calendar. Apparently, they've mostly sold out, but we're getting some new ones, I think, this weekend. So if you wanted to buy a calendar, then I'm sure Phil's brother will tweet when they're back in stock, and maybe we will, and we can mention it in a live show, but this weekend, hopefully. So thanks for that, and advent calendars, and the tour merch. I was saying this, and I just wanted to be clear, that, like, when it came to the tour merch, here's my stance on it. As I've said loads of times, and in the original video for Dan and Phil Shop, that I love merch for like a million reasons. I think it's like a good way of being an artist, creating art, not that our merch necessarily is, but it is for some people. Like Kanye's Yeezus tour merch, not that I have the t-shirt around me. This was like this amazing merch, and it looked so cool, and it was only available at his tour, but he only toured Yeezus in the United States, which, for one, I'm really sad about because he never released a video of it formally. I heard that he was making one, but then he just didn't, so now I'm going to have to, like, find a bootleg to watch it, and I'm just so sad. And, like, literally next time someone that does a tour, I would go, like, across the sea just to see them on tour, which is why it's so important to me that not only do we do the tour around the world, but that we put the merch around the world. Apparently Phil's watching. Hi, you're watching me rant about Kanye. Good time to tune in, Phil. But honestly, it's a good example, because the reason why we want to take this tour around the world was because, as a fan of Kanye, like, I was just so sad that I didn't get to experience it, you know, live. And he didn't say, like, it's only happening in the US, and also with the merch, like, everyone just had to eBay it and stuff, so it's quite, you know, I thought it was important that we make it available for everybody who, for whatever reason, couldn't get it. So that's all on there. That's Dan and Phil Shop. But yeah, moving on. Soz for accidentally touching your neck. I see the photo of us. Thank you, Brand Nui. Thank you for apologising. I probably was disturbed for about 2 hours if you touched my neck at a meetup, just because that is, you know, it just doesn't do it for me. Who are the top 5 now? Give me a sec. Let me look. Who is the top 5? It's Megan Ramirez, Anna Brogan, Fruit Chai, Hillary Adams, and Maddie the Bunny. Hi, guys. So yeah, with the book signings, first thing is, I said to you guys before, bad American book publishers. Me and Phil, something that, like, isn't really visible from the outside, is that we really try to do everything ourselves, or at least if there's things that we can't do, to control, or, like, you know, do it in our own way, just because we don't like working with people, for example, book publishers, as lots of people do, and just saying, hey, I'll provide the words, or I'll provide the concept, and then you make it all. Like, some people, Phil conceived of every single idea in the book, and even, you know, came up with all the ideas for the design of every single page. Some people just write the text, and then other people design the book for them. But for me and Phil, everything from, like, the marketing of it that other people did on our behalf. It's like we wanted to read it so like it wasn't cringe and that it wasn't explained in the wrong way. And there's some of it that we just couldn't, like some of it just happens and we don't realize, and we're like, oh no, we don't, oh that's out there and we didn't like that, which is fine. You know, me and Phil, honestly, we spend all day, every day trying to make sure everything's, well, okay, right, it's me, I'm the perfectionist freak. It's completely unnecessary. But sometimes, you know, you try your best, but you don't succeed. And a good example of this is American book signings. They were supposed to tell us, tell us how they were going to work and to show us the websites for like how to tweet it and stuff. And then once we'd said, yep, it's all good, and give us a time, then we would announce it for everybody. But one day we just woke up and apparently all the websites had gone live and the one that was ticketed had just been completely sold out before we woke up. So firstly, sorry on your behalf to you guys that we didn't formally announce our US book signings. It was a bad thing that we didn't allow. So one of them in Chicago literally was ticketed and it all sold out before we even woke up. So, I mean, either way, it was completely filled out with you guys, but sorry that happened. But then, sneaky guys, they told us that 2 of the signings in America were ticketed when they weren't. And this is just a little thing about concerts and VIP meetups and signings and stuff. Like if you guys ever go to conventions, doesn't matter if it's VidCon, Seven in the City, Playlist, or Comic-Con, first come, first serve is a really crap way of doing any kind of signing or meetup. Because when loads of people want to see somebody, it encourages people to just like wait for hours and hours and hours all day stood up just in a line waiting, and that is horrible, and there is no need. I mean, it does kind of say, you know, the people with the dedication get in there, but I just think you should never make people wake up at like 2 a.m. for something. Like, it's not good, which is why now all of the YouTube conventions and like our meetups when we go on tour, you get tickets on the website, which means that some people miss out, but then the people that get in, they just turn up on the time, have a lovely day, nobody's disappointed, everybody's good, it's just a great way of doing it. We got to New York and we found out that it wasn't ticketed. Naughty, naughty, which meant that people were like literally camping on the streets of Manhattan overnight, and that was like, it was bad, and it was a bit of a mess. Like, they were letting people into the store after the line was closed off, letting them buy books, giving them the impression that they could see us when they weren't, and it was just like, it wasn't a smooth operation. And then, as some of you guys might have seen, as I was leaving the book signing in New York, there was an angry dad, and the angry dad was shouting in our direction, saying, blah, 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 and loads of people on the internet were like, oh my god, what's happening? I've seen a video of an angry dad, and it's like, I can appreciate that without any context. It's like, what happened? I heard there was this video. Basically, naughty person in store let the dad come into the store after the line was cut off and didn't tell them that didn't let them get into the meetup. So this dad just kind of stuck around for 3 hours, and nobody told him, which is terrible. And people were saying I was sassy. I wasn't sassy. At first I was like, cheeky, what's happening? But I was totally on the side of the dad. Like, that nobody should... Firstly, I was disappointed I was waiting, but like, that's bad. Like, nobody should book. And so, you know, angry dad. I mean, like, you shouldn't ever shout at somebody. Like, there were opinions flying about, like, I'm fine, it's fine. And obviously, like, I don't think shouting at anybody is the right way to resolve any situation. But if you look past the angry dad and just look at the dad, then, you know, it was, you know, poor dad that was waiting for 3 hours. So I was like, naughty, and then we tried to make it better for LA, but silly Barnes & Noble did the same thing. There were people waiting all day. Like, we saw people and they were like, hi, and we're like, how are you? And they said, I'm good, I've been awake since 1 a.m. And I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. So bad first come, first serve. But then we went to Chicago and we went to a lovely independently owned bookshop called Anderson's that was run by a family, and it was ticketed, so everyone turned up. It started snowing and we had a lovely time. But other than the signings, and of course it was really lovely to meet all of you guys, and we appreciate the people that came. And Anahita's #1 people, hey! New York was fun. It was amazing. Phil had that waffle the size of his head as soon as we arrived, obviously. Phil, in America, is going to get straight on the waffles as soon as we get there. But that was fun. And then, it was chilly as heck. New York was so cold. Seriously, it was freezing in a big way. And then we went straight to LA, and it was like so hot. And I was like, what the hell, it's November. California, can you not? I was literally, we were in a hotel, and I had a balcony, and I couldn't stand on the sun in the balcony because I was like too uncomfortably warm, which was bizarre. And then we were in LA. LA was fun. Absorbed some vitamin D, and then we literally went straight to Chicago, where it was literally snowing. So it was just, I was just like, what's happening in my life? I mean, the jet lag going from England to New York, and then New York to LA, and then back to Chicago, and then back to the UK. I have no concept of space or time right now. Like, honestly, I'm broken. I'm just a complete mess. But yeah, it'd be lovely there. And it started snowing. It was the first snow of the season. Apparently it snows there all the time. It, like, doesn't snow in the UK that often because of, you know, like, global warming or whatever, even though it's supposed to just make the climates more extreme. We don't always get snow in the UK, and rarely in London, so it was good to have, like, a full-on blizzard. There was a point where we might have not actually gotten on the flight back home from Chicago because it was snowing so much, so we were almost residents of Chicago for 2 months, which would have been fun. Kira said, how do you feel about your poll results? Yeah, firstly, sorry about the poll. I don't know if that's like Dan. Dan, you can't make that joke. But hey, I saw the opportunity for a new shitpost using a new Twitter feature, and I just had to go for it. So I formally apologize for being such a horrendous human being. I'm so sorry. But yeah, damn, that was close. Dad's won by 54. That is close. Like, I was wondering, like, past the joke, what is the answer to this? Like, is it going to be like 83% sons? Or is it going to be like % dads? And it was like right down the middle. I mean, that was basically a draw. So, I mean, I don't know how to feel about that. Essentially, it was completely pointless for any actual purposes whatsoever. But thank you and sorry. I'm using my 3G to watch this. Good luck. I'm currently tethering to my phone to stream this in case it was my internet, but I don't think it was the internet. I think it was Younow's. So, soz. About that. Not working. Pin off 7. Soon, Cecile. Soon. You handled the angry dad well. Thank you. I wasn't being sassy. Sorry if anybody thought I was. Always be calm and nice. Look past it. You know, forgive the tone and try to get to the root of the issue and reach an impartial and unbiased point where you get to the truth of the matter, even if that means you're wrong. Did you enjoy Cardiff? Yeah. How does this work? Hi, Dan. Hi, Alison. You got it. Don't worry. It's all working fine. Did you see Donald Trump's Instagram? I haven't. Is that something I should check out? Is that something that needs to happen? It's my birthday. Happy B-Day, Meher. The Half Poe interview was great. That was another thing. When we were in New York, we did press. So, okay, press. This is another one of those things that I could make an entire side channel video ranting / calmly, interestingly, like having like proper interesting conversations about. But am I going to do that? Honestly, I'm so tired. I just want to die. Probably not. So this goes in the book. Might talk about it in a live show. We'll see. Short version. Based as part of the agreement for a book publisher publishing your book, you have to agree to promote it, which I guess is fair enough. It's what all artists do with record labels. It's what all movie stars do in movies. It's what all authors do with books. It's just part of the thing, because they're literally printing the frickin' book, hoping that anyone's actually going to be interested in getting it. So it's fair enough that outside of me saying, oh yeah, but like I can tell people on Twitter that you try to tell people on other things. So a couple of things happened. You know, we went on BBC Breakfast. We had an interview for a magazine in the UK, and then we went to America. America was really funny because the first thing that happened was we had a press tour day, and this is one of those things where we felt like, should we be telling people Phil has a waffle problem? You don't understand. Phil has a serious waffle problem. He had them pretty much every day. I'm sure most of Phil's blood is now maple syrup. You come and said poo. Great, thank you. Yeah, we didn't know, and Cameron just said, hello, it's me. Hi there. Jordan said, hello Dan, hope your day is good. It's fab. Thanks. Yeah, so we don't want to tell you what, because we had no idea what it was. So sorry if something ever happens, you ever feel like you're out of the loop. I'm just saying. But yeah, it was basically, we did like a proper Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson thing. We were sat in two directors' chairs staring at a camera, and this was crazy. What happens is, and this is what, like, I was like, how is it possible that so many TV and radio stations are ready to do this? And they're like, because there's literally just so many shows and radio shows happening around America that it's possible. So it was so weird. I'm sure some of you guys saw the pic, but we were just sat in these chairs, and literally every 30 seconds we just had to speak to some people, and it was so weird because it was just like local news. So all of a sudden we were speaking to some guy in like Arkansas, then we were speaking to like morning news in Boston, then we were speaking to like some radio in Alaska, and it was just like, I don't know, like local news in America. Like, I'm sure you guys know, it's very kind of bland and silly, and they don't really get into things. That was good. There were no like tough questions about anything. It was all very harmless, but it was just funny speaking to all of these different people. But what was really funny was we couldn't actually see the people we were talking to. We were just looking into the camera, so we heard them in our ears, and most of them were really fun, just had like funny chats. Like, we realized that because they weren't really that important, that like most of you guys weren't gonna ever listen or see these things, we could just say the same things. So we got to experience like exactly what everyone says, which is that when you're doing press things, you just give the same answers to the same questions. And we did like two, and we were like, should we just have the same conversation with everyone? So for like 2 hours, we literally just sat there having the same conversation with people. We were like, yeah, this is what we do on YouTube. Yeah, this is the book. This is why we made the book. This is a joke. Oh, Phil had a waffle first thing this morning. And we were like, now we finally understand that when other people are like, oh my God, we hate it, that we did it for 2 hours and we thought it was really funny. But if like Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson have to do it like every day for like a month, you must just want to die if you answer the same questions. That's funny. I got like a tiny little peek into that world. And then we went to go to the Huffington Post. Again, we didn't want to tell you guys about this because we had no idea how it'd go. But as you may have seen from we tweeted it, Huffington Post Live did an interview with us with a guy called Alex Miranda, I think his name was, and it was amazing. It was so good. It was so fun. Like, honestly, it was just a great conversation. It was really interesting. We talked about loads of things. There were loads of you guys on like live video chats. I don't even know how you got there with really interesting questions. And it was just like a really fun. If you haven't seen this, as I like never tweet, just go to my Twitter profile that's linked somewhere and just scroll down till I talked about an interview or Huffington Post. But it was just really good. Like, if you're interested in the book or just seeing me and Phil have a fun chat for like 20 minutes, it was really great. And I think that's the difference. Like, there's a big difference between the British press and the American media, and that the British media are notoriously really horrible. They're just so cynical and sarcastic and mean and jealous, and everything is all about, you know, make people interested by making them really jealous, by talking about all of the, and it's, you know, everyone hates it. It's really horrendous. But also, everyone's really old, and people still don't get YouTube. Whereas the thing in America, I think they're kind of ahead of the time, so people get it. So even though we were speaking to all of these like random local news and radio stations in America, we didn't have to like explain YouTube. You know what I mean? They kind of like, so you're YouTubers, we get it. Talk to us about the book. Whereas the BBC Breakfast interview, whilst it was fine and like a bit face palmy at different moments, like looking back, it was just a bit pointless because we were talking to a bunch of people that don't know what YouTube is, and all we did was explain YouTube, and that's just like the thing, you know what I mean? It's like, when will people like actually start having interesting conversations about YouTube? Because it's still really like, so the story is people do this thing on YouTube and we don't understand it. Like that, all the conversation on BBC Breakfast was, so what is YouTube? And we had this Sunday Times guy come speak to us, and I think he meant well. There were a couple of stupid things and whatever, but without getting too serious or going on about it or like going down that rabbit hole, again, it just comes back to all it was saying was, there's people on the internet that do something that I don't really understand, and it's just like, and I think when something is aimed at like 50-year-olds, whatever, you know, maybe I just don't want to do anything again that's talking to 50-year-old people, because the people on the Huffington Post, like, they got it. And that Alex guy, it was really well researched and it was interesting, and it was fine. So without getting onto anything or talking about anything too much, because someone just said, I'm just waiting for the sirens to come. There you go, person in chat. No, it's like you made that happen. Say, I hope it rains diamonds in Dan's bedroom. Okay, I'll just wait for that. But yeah, anyway, in short, that was fun. There was one really awkward chat in the US tour. I think it was like Good Morning Slick Kane or something. I can't remember what it was called. But because we couldn't see them, there was like 5 seconds of lag, and like the guys just didn't talk. So they were all really funny apart from one that was like really awkward. But the rest were fine. Thank you in the chat for requesting the diamonds. Thank you, that's necessary. Oh, and also, we went to go visit Tumblr. That happened, of course, didn't it? So I emailed one of the people from Tumblr that were... Because you know the fandom metrics thing that they do? I was like, how does this work? And they were like, oh, you know, you should come say hi sometime. I was like, I'm literally coming to New York next week. Let's say hi. And then they asked us to do an official Tumblr answer time. That's not just like opening your inbox and doing it. It's like an official answer time, guys. So whatever. The Tumblr offices are amazing. Like, if you have goals, they are in a really amazing place in New York that's really leafy and beautiful. And their office is so cool and nice, and everyone that worked there was so cool. I mean, like, literally, office goals is Tumblr. It seemed as amazing as it must seem in your head. It was pretty cool. And we did a Tumblr Q&A, which was fun. As you saw, like, we opened it at like 11 the night before, and then 12 the next day. We had like 80,000 questions. So we were like, whoops, okay. Well, let's just do a few. And it was funny because, like, we didn't really have time to scroll through loads, look for a really good question, think about an answer, and a really articulate answer. It was quite quick, which was almost a shame, but whatever. Instagram fandom, stop, according to somebody in the chat. I know it's fun, but I don't like attention, so don't troll Donald Trump in my name, because honestly, I'm just scared of any attention and I don't want it. I appreciate the activism, but honestly... anyway, so that was fun. Got some good things. And I saw a few people joking about how I've been really soppy recently. And I find that funny, just because, like, obviously the whole kind of, like, Dan Howell, Dan is not on fire sense of humour is to be quite, you know, dry and sarcastic and a bit cynical. And that's, like, funny. You know, it's like, we know I'm not all serious and boring, but it's just quite funny to, you know, be like that. And that's kind of like the vibe. But ever since the book happened, all of a sudden, I've been saying all these soppy things, and I think that there's a few reasons for that. One is that it's real, you know, all the soppy things that we've been saying about, like, the meaning of our book and the tour and everything. It's kind of always been there for Dan and Phil. You know, it's not new. It's not a this September thing. It's been there all 2015, all 2014. It's been there for years as Dan and Phil and you guys and our community has formed over the internet. But we've just never really spoken about it. And I've always felt kind of weird because it's hard to just be sincere when you're not out of nowhere, because you feel like you're doing something kind of awkward out of nowhere. Like, if the situation doesn't present itself, it's kind of like, how do I just kind of say this soppy thing? I don't know. So it's something that we've been feeling for a while. But I mean, obviously with the book happening and the tour happening and people asking us about the book and the tour, it's just kind of been like, you know, we are going to talk about kind of what about Dan and Phil and the book and the tour is kind of real, and that's kind of us as, you know, people. What have we done that's good? And, you know, whether it's the Bristol signing and the sad mum that said that, you know, she appreciated what I did, and I posted those 3 soppy tweets, or whether it's all the, you know, interviews, or the Tumblr Q&A. Something I've always felt was I kind of wanted to say it on Dan Is Not on Fire, because that's my biggest platform, you know what I mean? It's like, if I have anything important to say, if I have anything important to do, then it should be on Dan Is Not on Fire, because that's the biggest. I have videos about the book, but I feel like with everything that's happened in the next 2 months, I hope that we've hammered it home. So, if any of you are like, okay, stop, I'm sorry, I'm ready to stop, like with it in the Dan Is Not on Fire video, but I felt like it, you know, it's good to kind of say how important all the important things are. So that's that. And then, you know, back to pretending to be sarcastic all the time. Fun times. Joking. But no, yeah. Maybe be more sincere more often. Why not? I went to the Naperville signing, did you? Thank you. So many people wearing Halsey and 21 Pilots merch. Wow, their fandom is out there in Chicago. We saw that. It's just amazing. They just upped everything about it. Any plans for US tour? Soon. Is there a Michigan show? You'll find out. You mispronounced it. Look, fight me. I can't pronounce anything right. I don't care. Are you caught up? CC, what do you think of Liverpool? I thought it was fun. That was one of my favourite venues. Liverpool Empire. Very beautiful. Yep. Please help, I Red Hat. I think we all know how that finished. Good luck ever sleeping again. That's funny. My God. Chicago is like every band's favourite place, is it? Wow. Okay. Guys, something's happening with Radio 1, and they asked me for my favourite viral video of the year, and I was like, what? You just can't put me on the spot like that. Give me some good viral videos. Like a funny, you know, with me, I'm put on the spot. Like what? Rickroll, in fact, that is not this year. What are those? Shia LaBeouf, Cheeses, Wiz, Why You Always Lying? I can't talk about that on the radio. John Cena, that's not long. Women at Bus Stop. That's ones from this year, guys. This year, do you remember any? They need to be like long enough to play on the radio. Okay, everybody is just wow. Okay. Let's see. The jar-related one is not appropriate to bring up right now. Jesus on a boat. Drake. Drake is the viral video. That is true. Hotline Bling was a meme. Okay. I'm just writing these down. Irishman loses his soup. What is that? Okay. Elon Musk, what did he do? Okay, I've got a few. Wow, there's a couple of... John Cena was a meme, but it's not really a viral video. I'm looking for, like, videos of, like, you know, grandmas falling down the stairs. Or other classic pieces of internet content. Know what I mean? Okay, I've got them all down. Thanks, guys. We're not going into that. Do you ever want to go to NYC again? I love going to New York, yeah. I have a have a great time. I always want to go back to New York. Any excuse. There was Wi-Fi on the plane, people. What a time to be alive. Honestly, it was just transcendent. Went on Tumblr, loaded up a queue, which is scheduled to go tonight, by the way, so thankfully, thank God, I found the time, guys. It was yesterday when I was recovering from jet lag. They tell you not to use your phone on planes. You can connect to the plane Wi-Fi, and that's not the same thing as your phone signal. I don't even know. I'm not Mr. Plane. I don't know how these things work. Yeah, that's good. I watched Ant-Man and Jurassic World on the plane. Wait, we're both really Jurassic World, because I saw that it had like kind of mixed reviews on Metacritic, because, you know, obviously we should all base our opinions off Metacritic stores, joke. And I'm sure that lots of you have different opinions. I don't know if I was just in a really good mood when I watched it and I was optimistic, but I really enjoyed Jurassic World. And Ant-Man was really good. I mean, like, it wasn't The Avengers. It wasn't Captain America 2. It wasn't, like, life-changingly, life-ruining, like many Marvel movies have been. But it was just really good. The action was really great with the shrinking. And I wish I saw them at the cinema, was how I felt about that. I was on the fence for both of those. I was like, do I want to go to see Jurassic World? Do I want to go to see Ant-Man? And I should have. So what I learned from that is if I'm ever on the fence about seeing a movie at the cinema, I should have, because it's good. So I will make sure to do that for you guys too. If you're on the fence, do it. Chris Pratt is my raptor dad. I don't think anyone would put Chris Pratt in the son option on a poll. Did you see Mockingjay? Oh, I've told these guys about Mockingjay. That is life-ruining. Has Mockingjay been out for any of you guys yet? I mean, I should know this. Should have. Oh, sorry. What's that in the hallway? It's a box. Yep. To all the people that have seen Mockingjay, wasn't it amazing? It was really good. I felt like it was really good. I felt it was good. As a fan of the books, I was pleased. Just throwing that out there. That's my opinion. You might be an admiral of the Hunger Games fandom and disagree with me for whatever reason, but that's fine. And let's stop talking before somebody spoils something in the chat. Okay, that's it. Oh, talk about the trailer. Well, I forgot. I was like, what are you on about, John? John in the chat has typed like 4 times, talk about the trailer, and I was like, what are you on about? The audiobook trailer. That happened. Yeah, did me and Phil talk about this? I don't remember. When did this happen? I think it was after. I don't even remember. I have no concept of space or time, people. Me and Phil made an audiobook. We released it. Did we talk about this? I don't remember. Say yes or no. Did we talk about the trailer for the audiobook, the weird thing in my last live show with Phil? Here comes the second thing. Someone said, it was the bomb. Guys, stop talking about Mockingjay. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Yeah. Short version, for anyone who missed it, it's a really cool piece of technology that some people we were working with told us about, called binaural technology, where basically there's a mannequin's head with 2 microphones in its ears. Me and Phil went into a studio and we out the trailer, or like we actually did all of those things. And then when you listen to it with headphones with your eyes closed, in the videos of it, like if you search 3D audio or like binaural sound on YouTube, there's loads of them. But, you know, Dan and Phil, always got to be different. And so, yeah, that was also, I mean, honestly, I have no idea how Dan is not on fire has happened. I think, like, so many things have just, like, come together and happened. Like, we needed to make that video about the book, the Jennifer Lawrence thing just happened. We decided to do Going Deep. Why not? The audio, but it's fire. It's just been populated. I don't even know what's happened there, but it was good. That's another thing that, like, I mean, the thing is about this year, so much happened since, like, October. But everything we've been doing, like including something that we're conceiving of the idea, planning what to do, research, all the different videos, trying to decide what the good props, how we can work it, record. Just so you guys know, it's been like everything since January, basically, and the book since like I mean, we've got to the point now, November, where it has been a year since the book writing kind of, you know, properly went into full swing, which is crazy. A year. A year has passed where our lives have been dedicated to this Dan and Phil book, which is just mental. And honestly, you know, we're very proud of it. Like, what I do is good. I constantly question whether what I do is worth time or whether it's worth anything. Are my Dan is Not on Fire videos good compared to, you know, not YouTubers? But the thing is with the book, honestly, it's perfect. The book it's perfect, and for me to say that, that's quite disturbing, because I'm a disgusting control freak that's never happy with anything. And the tour, without spoiling it, we think it's pretty perfect. It's pretty, like, we are so kind of like, I'm just very happy, because it was so important to me, for me and Phil, and for you guys. The book and the tour was so important to me. I wanted them to be good. For you, for me, for us, for just the world of Dan and Phil deserved these things to be as good as possible, and I honestly think they were. And that's crazy. And it's, you know, and it's kind of over now. I mean, this is it. This is my first live show I've done for you guys since I've come back from the tour, and I don't know, what is life? I don't know anymore. What is existence? I haven't been looking to this point. Like, honestly, as of October, I didn't believe that any of this was possible. I'm like, aren't me and Phil about to do a tour? Like, oh my god, is the book actually coming out? And we're on the other side of it now. And that's, I haven't thought about this moment for the last year and a half, basically, which is crazy. So other than the world tour, I have no life plans. That's just, and I mean, obviously, I'm just exhausted. Logistically, because obviously we just did the tour, and we did the book signings, and I'm really jet lagged, so I just want to die. Like, my body is telling me to not do anything, lest I literally die. Like, I'm not complaining, because I love my life, and I've never been happier than these last things, but I'm just like, and like, creatively, doing the book and the tour and the audiobook and the trailers and the, you know, that everything, like, it's just sapped all of my spiritual energy out. Like, me right now, I am just a withered, dead tree. I am a dead tree looking over a valley of all of the wonderful things, all of this, you know, all of the good times that us guys have had together over the years, and I'm just like, okay, I can die now, and then I just like flutter away. I should make some videos in December. I have one idea. Obviously, Phil is Not on Fire is happening. It should be channel. There needs, you know, we need to come back. I'm sure we'll do some gaming videos. And there is another video on Dan is Not on Fire, and I think on Amazing Phil, and I think it's a really good idea, and it involves you guys, and it's something relating to the audiobook. I'll just say, but something new that we are going to make together. Because I thought I had an idea in my head of how it was going to work, and I was going to like tell like last week, and I thought about it. No, this is quite complicated. So Phil's Not on Fire, look forward to it. That's happening very soon. And then soon after, maybe before, when I work out work fun that you guys can get involved with, because that's always fun. It's always fun. It's always fun because those couple weeks it's going to work. We'll see. Because obviously Phil will want to keep Phil's not on fire on Amazing Phil for a while, not just like bump it off with something else. So whatever. But yep, what the hell? But they asked us to be in it. That's fun. Oh, just smart. I'm up. Beams towards grace. Get well soon. But are you watching Scream Queens? We stopped watching Scream Queens. Sorry. It's my birthday today, Samantha. Walking Dead is amazing. What a great season. No spoilers, but isn't it great? Homeland is kind of like scarily, almost kind of awkwardly too real, but it's good as always. Good show, Homeland. That's what I'm watching. X-Files continues to be incredible. American Horror Story is a train wreck. Which it always kind of is. I always don't have an opinion on American Horror. This incredible show that just blesses us with the things that we'd never get from any other show. Ryan Murphy. Even, it's a blessing. My toe is numb. Good, thank you for saying that. I need to watch all the Star Wars movies. I plan on doing that at some point before seeing Tebig One. Yeah, should be fun. There's a couple radio shows happening in December. Look out for them. I don't know why I'm telling you like things that are going to happen in 3 weeks. I will see you next Tuesday, probably. I went to the Naperville one. Hi, hello, did you die in the snow afterwards? The merch is so nice. Any more Advent? I'm not sure, thank you. I'm not sure about the chocolate because there's only 1 week when the chocolate is kind of good, because the chocolate needs to taste nice for everybody. There's definitely going to be more calendars. Thank you for asking. danandphilshop.com. Get in that spawn. So proud of Martin. Martin has worked so hard. Because Martin was kind of helping us do all the merch stuff while on tour as well. Bloody hell. I'm bleeding. Help, Dad, said Beth. Uh-oh. Hi, Dan. Any new music? Thank you for asking me this, Casey. I was going to tweet about this, but then I didn't, because I never tweet about anything, because I'm an idiot and I need to tweet more. New Year's resolution for 2016. Even if I don't think it's really relevant and witty or intelligent or whatever, just tweet more. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm broken. I'm weird. So, yeah. There we go. Grimes has a new album. Montreal electro-pop star Grimes. Do you guys listen to Grimes? You should listen to Grimes. I'm just saying. I'm putting that out there. Grimes is very cool. And she has released a new album called Art Angels, which I probably pronounced wrong somehow. Whatever. But it's amazing. I love it. I was listening to it all week in America, and it is so good. Wow. Like, I'm probably going to say this on the radio show. Some people were like, they didn't like how it went away from, like, the vibe she had before. But don't be a hipster. Grimes' new album is just, like, good music. It's poppy, but that's fine. It's good. I love it. Anyway, that's fun. Dilmus. I'm missing I'm a celeb for this. Oh no, I'll leave soon. There's like a good couple minutes. As you now so graciously broke for us all. Are you caught up with Haikyuu? Yes, obsessed. Hi Dan, hi Devon. Advice for first YouTube videos. We say this in our book, cheeky spawn. But no, really, a good idea for a first YouTube video is to introduce your channel in a short, interesting way. To have a channel trailer, to have an introduction to send people as a good first video, because people will go back to your first video. You can change your mind in 2 years when you have a YouTube crisis, but if you think about what you want to do on YouTube, in whatever style, are you a filmmaker, are you a cook, are you a ballerina, are you a vlogger, doesn't matter, do an intro, a hello to your audience. Can't go wrong with that. And then from video 2, start making your content, whatever that is, because it's as easy as that, you know, make the content. I met you in NYC. Hello, Raid-tastic. Or is it Reed? I'm awful. You're a ray of sunshine, thank you. I'm guessing you guys need vitamin D as much as I do. I saw that Kevin Jonas followed Donald Trump. That's all fun. That's good. Is Ivana Trump his wife? I feel like I don't know anything. Am I weird? Why is the Donald Trump Instagram just a complete disaster? I am seeing references to Kanye 2020, Dan and Phil, 5 Seconds of Summer, and One Direction in just one. Okay, wow, poor Donald Trump's Instagram. Guys, very funny. Stop. Wow, it seems like the 5 Sauce fandom have got that covered. Bloody hell. Yeah, should be fun. And that's my life. I mean, I'm still like recovering from jet lag, and there's a couple. Ooh, something very exciting is happening tomorrow. Something that me and Phil kind of wanted to happen in like August. But apparently these things are very complicated and they take a while, and that's fine. We're not the technical people that sit there typing code. But something long overdue is finally coming out tomorrow, guess. And it's not Lives on Fire. And we're gonna maybe do something involving you guys. And someone says, I type code. Well, get you. Bloody hell. Oh my god. And I literally just got a message from someone asking me if there would be the thing that's happening tomorrow. That's hilarious. Guys, stop being psychic so you can predict the sirens and you can predict what I'm thinking, but you can't make the diamonds happen. I mean, what are you for? Why are you here? I'm being, like, really, that's an honest question. Please say hi. Hi, Queen Katie. Is there anything else? Just before I go to you guys, look forward to my Tumblr queue. A lot of green in the Tumblr queue tonight. That's funny. That's just what was on the dash. It's always just what is on, like, 20 load scrolls of my dash. I go to, like, page 50, collate the best things, color coordinate them, and then put them in a queue. Should be good. Yeah. Play the piano. Nope. That's good. I might try to learn Tazanakand over the Christmas break, but that's not going to happen. So that's an empty sentence. Where is Phil? Don't know, probably cooking. No idea. Someone spattled with mushrooms in the chat. Phil's video? What was that? Excuse me, I am not talking about the flip-flops. Okay, Phil. I'm scared and you're scared. Come to the Netherlands. Your jumper matches your bed. Planned, obviously. And I can't wait for pin-off. Alright, that's a good note to end it on. Okay, I'm gonna go because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten because I get stomach bubbly if I eat before coming on this. So, thanks for joining me. I'm so glad that we could have this time again. It's important to just have a Dan and, you guys casual chat about everything that's been happening and whatever you want to say in the messages and in the chat. So thank you for joining me. I had fun. I hope you had fun. Hope you've had a lovely Tuesday. Look forward to the things that are happening. You're great. Take some time to just look at something nice. Calm yourself down. Take a deep breath in, out, and say, I'm fine. I can do this. I'm in control of my future. Everything will be fine. I believe in you. Goodbye!